So I've just finished learning a set of ZBLL, and I thought it would be nice to explain my alg learning method. And so as you can see here, I've just got a ton of cubes, ignore the 2x2. This is just 7 3x3s, it's just my 3x3s. I used to have more, and I'm probably going to get more just for the sake of making alg learning easier. So yeah, this is part of it. I'm just going to use 3 for this, really, because it's easy to break stuff down. So let's go ahead and okay. So I'm just gonna get up a ZBLL case. It looks like this, and the basic idea of this is for 3x3 is learning, for example, how it breaks up the F2L. And of course, people say to learn algs, you learn triggers and you use those triggers and they come up a lot. Now that's all good, but you'll have tried this. You'll have tried to do an algorithm you've recently learnt one-handed and you'll forget it. Something like that. And the reason learning how the F2L breaks up is, firstly, it's easier to remember the algorithm because you've got 2 reinforced ways of remembering it. You've got the algorithm itself, and you've also got the way it works. Not only that, but since you're doing a more intuitive solution, it's easier to remember. Now, L is actually not all that intuitive. This case in particular is. So the alg goes. So I'll get it up on 2 cubes actually. Yeah. Okay, I'll just put this crap one over here. So the algorithm goes like this, and the way I remember this one is that this pair comes out with RU to R prime and brings it along. And well, actually this is a winter variation, but really what I'm doing is bringing this F2L block up here and doing a D, and then inserting the pair to here, D prime, like that. So you've kind of learned a winter variation there as well. And so I'll go through a few more examples. And let's take this case for example. These are all going to be U cases. So for this one, I remember that I bring this pair out in the back and put it here, and then I bring this pair out with a U2 and do a U2 again. I just learned this one, and then I connect this one, insert this pair, and cancel into inserting that one. So let's now take this one. So for this one, I do F and move this pair over here with RU R prime, and then do an inverse sledgehammer and cancel into inserting it. I'll take this one. For this one, I know that I do set up moves and undo them. So I do R prime F2 R2 like this, and then I've just got to do the inverse sexy move on the left, which I suppose inserts this, but really I just remember that and then undo it. Stuff like that. While I was getting random cases generated, I found a few that don't fit the description, could instead, well, there's just something different about them. For example, for 2 GLLs, what I'll often do is do something like this. I just did anti-soon, and now if I do back anti-soon from here, it works. So that's just a combo of 2 anti-soons, which anyone knows. Or maybe for this one, I don't really know a way of breaking it down because I just remember the algorithm because it flows really nicely and it's simple moves, and it goes R, U prime, R2, F2, R, U2, R, U2, R prime, F2, U2, R, U prime, R prime, like that. So we've got this one. This one is literally just, well, back anti-soon, anti-Nicholas. So, yep. And this one, where it's kind of like, it's kind of like this one, where if you just did CLO, you would not skip. But if you do this with ry due to ry prime, which most people know you can skip by preserving the other block. But from here, I just kind of do this, and then I just add an ur prime in there, and that can do it. So stuff like that, and it's knowing a way. So effectively what I want to say is learn a way to break down your algorithm which works for you. And so for me, I use a range of different ways. Most of this is acquired by learning a lot of algorithms. I'm going to talk about 2x2 next. I only brought one 2x2 with me, but oh well. So the way I learn 2x2 algorithms is because 2x2 algorithms are ridiculously easy. In fact, the majority of the time you can track literally everything. So if I'm I'll just literally generate scrambles for this. So I'm just going to generate a random scramble. Okay, this is a bad one. And if you look, the alg is so simple and repetitive for this. Oh, I can't do it slow. Technical difficulty. It's a repetitive kind of pattern, and most of them will have a pattern to them. So let's take this. This one, literally just double inverse XEF, insert the piece. This one, literally just R2, F2, R2, take the piece out, sledgehammer. Go for this, literally take this out with a U2, do another U2, piece is over here now, sledgehammer. And you just look at all of these algorithms and see how simple they are to break down. This one, Dangling Sing, RU2 R prime, puts this over here, inverse sledgehammer, U, insert, U prime even. So with 2x2 you can apply this way better. Everyone knows this alg. And so when it comes to 2x2, it's all about the training you put into it, and that's the next thing I'm going to cover. Okay, so when I finish learning a set of algorithms, I get a trainer up for it. There's normally a trainer. Here's a ZBLL trainer. And then what I do is I get some cubes, normally more than one. I've dropped one somewhere. Okay. You normally want to get quite a few and just go through. And so I'm just going to go through, get algs, and sometimes what I do is I'll do this where I'll just, in fact, if I stop dropping stuff, what I'll do is I'll go through, and this is just my practice technique, you don't have to do stuff. Honestly, when it comes to practicing things, your own practice techniques will be just as good, if not better for you, but I am just going through what I do personally, and this is a cracked cube. And so you can go and just, okay, I've messed that one up, I'm just not gonna, I'll just ignore it, and then last one. And then I'll just literally go through and do all the algs that come up, and so that's done. That one. That. And I did the wrong alg there. Did the inverse. It's a bad alg. I need to learn a new one. You get the point. I'll just go through, do a load. But really, the most, like, honestly, the most casual way to... I don't know why I started messing that one up. The most casual way to do it is just to take a cube, generate scrambles, and just go through and do them. So, oh god, I'm not. Okay, yeah, I can't remember that at the moment. Oh, wait, it's just, yeah. And if you forget a case, then there's no shame in checking it. So, like for this one, I'll just go scroll down to where the case is. God, this is a stupid one to find. And do the case, and then normally what I'll do is I'll just take a few cubes, so maybe 3. Don't know what I've done there. Again, don't know what I just did. Give me an L case. Oh well, I know that's a good one. So I'll normally set the case up on a few cubes, and that's an easy one, whatever. But I'm not going to keep talking about my practice techniques, mostly because I'm looking like a fool right now because I'm getting everything completely wrong. So just have good ways of practicing. Also, make sure you're comfortable with all your algs. If you're constantly checking back, just if they're not all from the same place, like mine are normally all from the same website, so I don't really have to keep checking back. But say you're doing 2x2 and some of them are from AlgDB, some of them are from Sire the King, some of them are from some document, some of them are from a YouTube video, I don't know. Say you've got such a range, then what's nice is to put them into a spreadsheet. Like, okay, this isn't really my spreadsheet, this is the 2x2 alg sheet, but having all of your algorithms in one place makes it easier to go over them. And yeah, that's basically my strategies. That paired with, like, you know, the things you'll already know is probably enough to start learning a fair few more algs. So I'll leave you to that.